So remember the quote is mind your thoughts, and then they become your words. Mind your words, they become your actions. Mind your actions, they become your habits. And mind your habits, they become your character. The character, then if you mind it, it becomes your legacy. That's transcending outside of your own self. But if this is the sort of person, and this is what's happening inside, what this reminded me of is what's happening within a cell. So if we look at a cell as a complex system, thoughts are kind of the storers of the information, right? Well, in the cell, the storage of the information is in our DNA. And DNA, when it's expressed, a lot like words, that becomes our RNA. And then when our RNA is further translated, it becomes protein. And then proteins, along with other molecules, end up becoming complexes and pathways. And then these complexes and pathways come together to give the cell's identity, which is tied to its function. And then sort of above and beyond that, cells come together to make the organism. So this was my way of seeing through that quote, mind your thoughts, they become your words, mind your words, they become your actions, actions to habits, habits to character. That sort of emergent framework of identity of a person parallels directly with my experience in cells and how from the DNA, the active genes are what are turned into RNA. And then we have protein coding genes translated, working together in repeated ways, a lot like habits, to perform certain functions. And then you get the cell's identity then as the result in emergent nature of what's expressed. And then all those different cells come together to make the organism. A lot like people's character is built from all of these building blocks. And so what I developed from this is, I call this sort of the ABCs, or actions build character, the building blocks of character. And each one of them, in order to get up to building your character, you have to mind all of your thoughts. And this pathway, staying on that path, is what, to me, integrity is. So making sure that the thoughts that we have about this sort of place that we want to get to, if we set that intention to get there, we make sure that everything we do, from the words we speak to the actions, and then over time actions turning into our habits, that's how we build our character. So this is a framework that I call positive human development, or PhD. And it's based on the work I did in my PhD to take some cell in its current state and be able to turn it into cell prime, or a different cell state. So we have the change state. So if a person's in some current state, how do we get them to the character they want to get to? Just like if a cell's in a current state, how can we do that? Well, we do the root cause analysis to find out what's being expressed, and then work with how do we create a pathway that then emerges to build that which we desire. Anyway, so I think that not only can you do that here within the cell as a complex system in the person, I think you can even take it one step further into organizations or communities or even society and say, well, then just like the organism is the emergent state all the way here and becomes the basis down here, then we have a different set of actors that are internal to the system. The people become the internal parts of the larger system, and we can replicate this. Anyways, thanks for